my name is Bea Bellingham. I'm one of the directors at Clay Sydney in Marrickville. We have been open for about 3 years, and in essence we create workshops for people to come and have some muddy fun with clay, usually while they have a drink or two along the way. Around 3 years ago, I had my daughter and I felt like I needed a lot more flexibility in my working arrangements. I also happened to be a potter at the same time, and it just kind of worked for us to be being able to do workshops in the evening and look after my daughter in the day and switching at night time. And it just so happened that winning combination of wine and clay turned out to kind of become a pretty big business after a while. Clients were usually from sort of the inner city ring. We would teach anywhere from sort of 150 up to 250 students a week. Mostly groups, mostly female, sort of people with kind of a bit of an expendable income would usually be our demographic. The immediate effects of COVID-19 were pretty substantial on our business. We would go from sort of those 150 to 200 sales a week. We pretty much went within 48 hours down to 1 or 2 sales, and really only in gift certificates, not in actual classes. It also meant that we weren't able to hold our classes once the lockdown came into effect, which obviously for having face-to-face classes that's the core of your business. Not being able to do that means that we were facing not only a lack of income going forwards, but also the fact that most of our classes are booked out for a 3-month period meant that we actually had a significant negative cash flow input, where we would have had to have refunded everybody if we decided to cancel the classes. The way that this has changed our business has been fairly dramatic. I guess we've gone from people coming into our studio to now all of our classes being held online. We've clung on to this kind of mantra of clay to the people, so making sure that we can get couriering little clay kits out to people, and then being able to beam live 3 times a week into people's kitchen table. The issues that we have faced have been twofold. Firstly, logistically getting out our stock to the people that need it in time for the classes when they need it has been a real challenge with the heavy load that's been on our local couriers. They've got around anywhere from 250 to 300 packages going out a week, which has meant, and predominantly in the metro area, so it has meant that we've been able to employ an additional staff member for 2 or 3 days a week to meet that challenge. The other issue we have is our online systems were all built for incoming customers, that is, customers coming into our studio. It wasn't necessarily built to have a group of people with independent addresses that we needed to send to. So we anticipated potentially we would maybe get 30 to 40 orders a week, which would be very manageable to manually process. That first week, where we got close to 600 units to send out, was a challenge to have to do that manually, and then to retroactively build a process to fit that number of clients and what we need, the information we need from them, and how to filter that into our automated system, has been many a late night. So previously our customer base was, not only was it Sydney focused, it was over 18s focused. As such, it's not particularly safe for children to be in it. But now we have expanded to do clay kits for children, and those have been extremely successful because we all have to keep our children occupied within our four walls at home. We also have expanded Australia-wide. So whereas before we only had people coming in from kind of the Sydney metro and surrounds, now we're actually sending across Australia, which it's been really great to kind of connect with people all up and down. Yeah, mostly the East Coast, but yeah, it's been really good. I think my advice to anyone in these really, really uncertain times is look to your team. Your team will actually have an array of skills that day to day they may not be using, but they are your greatest assets. So certainly for us, we have on board, like I used to be a web designer, so that was easy to change that. So once some person worked in logistics, another person could look after the technical side. And while we weren't using those skills necessarily in our day-to-day business, it did mean that we could kind of come together and say, look, how can we take the assets that we have and make them profitable? Obviously, if we could do it all again, we would, and we knew where we were heading, we would have a planning meeting to decide the processes before we jumped into the process. But I don't think we knew the scope of what was coming our way, and also the myriad of problems that they were going to cause until they were in full swing. These are, I guess, the times that we've never been through before, and we've always kind of prided ourselves at Clay Sydney of being a company who can kind of, I guess, kind of push the boundaries of what people might want from kind of their clay classes, and certainly that that ethos we've had has enabled us to go, okay, well, this isn't working for us. What can we do? How can we change to adapt to what our client needs? So while you may have an idea of what your business does, maybe your client has an idea of what they need right now. So think about it from what your client needs and not necessarily about what you think your business does. So yeah, kind of adapt and think outside your little box and think more in their little box right now.